So it is no secret that when Fallout 76 finally released, it became my most hated Fallout game of all time. And for the first 6 months until now, it's never been played, it's been sat on my shelf, I've done nothing with it, I've not wanted to do anything with it, I've talked trash about the game. But in the past 2 weeks, I've been playing the game, and to be honest, Fallout 76, it's not an amazing game. It's far from an amazing game still, but Fallout 76 is now a good game, and Fallout 76, better than anything, now shows a lot of potential. And I'm making this video to kind of talk to you guys about why Fallout 76 is a much better game than it was now, and why, if you played it back then and you haven't played it since then, I definitely think you should go back and you should give it a try. So let's get down to business. So to be able to talk about how the game is drastically improved since release, we have to talk about what was wrong with the game at release. And at release, Fallout 76 was an absolute mess. There were so many bugs and glitches in the game. The fact that there's no NPCs, there's still no NPCs, but there's kind of reasons I can get over that now, and we'll discuss that in a short while. And it just didn't feel like a Fallout experience that Bethesda had produced. You know, you go from playing games like Fallout 3 and Fallout New Vegas and even Fallout 4 to an extent, and then you play Fallout 76 and you're just thinking, what is this tosspot game that has been shoved up my neck that I've been so hyped about? And I played it for the first day for about probably 5 to 6 hours. I turned it off and I refused to play it anymore, because for me personally, coming from such an amazing game series, Fallout New Vegas is one of the most sought after RPGs of all time, even though I love Fallout 3 to bits as well. It just wasn't right. I could pick so many things wrong with the game, and I shouldn't be able to do that. And if I was to do that with Fallout 3 or Fallout New Vegas, it'd be because of some funny bug in the game, not because there were serious, genuine problems with the games themselves. And another thing that I really didn't enjoy about Fallout 76 when the game released was the survival elements. Like, I'm okay with them now, and they don't take away from the game so much, and once you get further into the game, like a couple hours deep or maybe even a day in, they're really not all that hard to manage, and they're just a little side factor that you need to keep an eye on. But when the game came out and you're trying to explore the world and you're consistently getting dehydrated and you're not well fed, and that this had just been an option that you could turn on in, say, Fallout New Vegas as hardcore mode, and even Fallout 4 to an extent, and it just really annoyed me that I couldn't choose whether this is how I wanted to play or not, and that I usually play a Fallout game and I'll usually just run around to my heart's content, explore every area. I've completed Fallout 3 6 or 7 times thoroughly. I've completed Fallout New Vegas in every single ending, and that's usually how I play. I just want to get straight out there into the wasteland and start exploring and picking up my guns, and I know where most of the special weapons are throughout the series, and that's what I want to go do. I want to go do all that, and I don't want to have to worry about being well fed and well hydrated while I'm doing that. It's just another factor, and as said, I've come to terms with it now, and it's just a little side factor, and we don't have to worry about it too much. It's just here and there, you just top up. But at the beginning, it was a real struggle, because I just wanted to get out into the game world and actually enjoy what was on offer within Fallout 76. But I have to give it to Bethesda. I may not have been playing the game, but I definitely kept up with the game. And they did start addressing the many bugs and glitches that the game had very shortly after the release. Playing the game now, in current day, it's the 25th. There aren't many bugs or glitches. I haven't come across many bugs or glitches myself. And the game is a much more funner experience now. And I have to hand it to them. One of the main reasons I was really irritated I couldn't enjoy Fallout 76 was because I wanted to explore this massive world that they had made, just like I did in the other Fallout games. And now that I'm exploring it, Appalachia is a really gorgeous Fallout world. I've had loads of fun. There are plenty of places you can just stand and admire the scenery that they've created in this game. And it's colourful, it's lively, the creatures are good, and I really can't slate them for that. And if you can, well, I really think you're wrong, but that's just my opinion, and you're entitled to your opinion. Another thing that really caused Fallout 76 to struggle at release, that I can tell from watching the game grow as it has, is the lack of content that was in the base game. You know, you could smash the story for the game very quickly if you wanted to, and then the players were pretty much left with nothing to do besides farm legendary enemies just to gain legendary items. But ever since the release of Fallout 76, the game has seen tons and tons of DLC content drops. It's had the Sheep Squatch added, it's had the Pioneer Scouts added, it's had little dungeons added around the map. Most recent patch, it's had Project Paradise added, which is another bigger dungeon than the last dungeon which was added, and a lot of people are giving a lot of positive feedback on that and saying that that's a really good feature that they put in the game, and I really can't wait to go and try that out myself, and hence why I want to power through the game and I'm playing it again. And overall the game just had loads more given to it and to the players especially, and I think that's a really welcome addition to Fallout 76, and I really think that that's allowed the game to continue to grow from such a rocky start at the beginning, and it's something that they're going to continue to support. There's still, I think it's 2 DLC full big patches planned to be given to the game over summer and winter, and Bethesda, you're doing a really good job of that, and I'll fully support you, and your community will fully support you if you're just going to keep handing out content to extend your game's lifespan. That's what we need, and that's what we thrive for. Another thing that I really want to big up is the crafting and the building in Fallout 76, and that might sound so stupid to some of you, and it sounded really stupid to me at the beginning, but since I've been playing around with the building and the crafting and making my base and my camp and such in Fallout 76, I've literally spent hours building like my whole base of operations, and it's been really fun, and it's just something on the side once again that you can just do it in the game, and it's a lot of fun to do, and you really don't realize how many hours you burn just building your camp and just loads of other stuff as well. But now I want to talk to you about what was my biggest problem with Fallout 76, and that was when they removed NPCs. One of the main reasons I played the Fallout games, being able to have an effect on one side of the map just because of something you did on the other side of the map, and people knowing about that and people having a judgment on you for those sorts of things. Basically the karma system that was in Fallout New Vegas and Fallout 3, and just, you know, being good and being bad, and that was a big thing for Fallout, and when they removed all the NPCs it really sucked, and that's what really off-put me, because I felt like I had no role within Fallout 76. But there are stories there, and there is stuff there for you to explore and learn about. It may be in holotapes and it may be in terminals, but it's there. There are some really quite sad stories and some really entertaining stories in Fallout 76 if you're willing to find them, read them, listen to them. And there are some cool NPCs, like Rose from the Top of the World. She's quite funny. I like the idea of a raider, Mr. Gutsy. That was quite amusing, to say the least, when I ended up there earlier in my main quest playthrough. But as my final say, I do say that Fallout 76 is now worth a shot again if you've stopped playing it, or worth playing if you've ignored it because you didn't like the concept of the game, for instance. After patching a load of the bugs out and tinkering with the game for a while and giving us a load more content, Bethesda have done a quite good job, and I think some people should at least try and experience that. Experience it for the world, experience it for what they've done. I'm not saying that Fallout 76 is a perfect experience, because it's far from being a perfect experience, and despite a major majority of the bugs and glitches being fixed throughout the game, there are still some present. But I am saying that it is a far better experience than it was at release. There is a lot of potential growing for the game, and there are many hours of fun to be had here if you can see past these and get a little deeper into the game and world than like the first few hours. But yeah guys, that's pretty much been today's video. If you enjoyed, leave a sub if you haven't already. Turn your post notifications on so you don't miss any uploads from me whenever I upload. Leave a like and a comment on the video. Let me know your thoughts and opinions, and let me know if you like the video. Go over to Twitter and follow me at Zephr Playing. Go over to Twitch and follow me at Zephr Playing. And if you guys want any custom grips, anything like that, go over to fadegrips.store and buy their stuff. Use my code Zephr20 for 20% off over there. And that pretty much sums it up, guys. Thank you so much for watching the video. I really appreciate it when you do. And I love you all to bits, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.